If you train at a Level Method gym, this video is for you. I'm Nathan. I run the company that built the system that your gym uses. And you've probably noticed that your workouts have levels on them: white, yellow, orange, blue, purple, brown, black. Maybe you know your color. Maybe you have seen your map, and maybe you have heard your coaches say something like, today you're going to do the yellow version, or use this weight instead, or this is the right scaling option for you today. But you may not know what all of that actually means. And that is what this video is for. In the next few minutes, I want to explain three things. First, why Level Method uses 7 levels instead of the classic RX, scaled, and beginner. And second, what your level actually tells you and what it does not tell you. And third, how your map helps your coach give you the right version of the workout and helps you see progress that may not always show up clearly on the whiteboard. The goal is not to turn you into a Level Method expert, and the goal is simple. When you look at your workout, your level, or your map, I want you to be able to say, my training is not random. My coach has a system for helping me train at the right level. Most people who have been around functional fitness have seen 3 basic workout options: RX, scaled, beginner. That is simple, and sometimes simple is useful. The problem is that 3 options have to cover a huge range of people, and someone might be brand new to training. Someone else might have trained for 5 years but is coming back after an injury, and someone else might be very strong but not great at conditioning. Someone else might have great endurance but still be learning gymnastics or Olympic lifting. All of those people can end up under one label: scaled. But scaled does not tell the whole story. If you've been training for a while, you've probably felt this. Maybe you've been doing the scaled version for months, but you know you're stronger than when you started, or you are still not doing the RX version, but the weights feel different now. Your movement looks better, your pacing is better, you recover faster, you understand the workout better. The whiteboard may still say scaled, but your training is not the same. And that is one of the reasons Level Method uses 7 levels. We have white, yellow, orange, blue, purple, brown, black. 7 levels give your coach a more specific way to understand where you are. Not just RX, not just beginner or advanced. More like, here is where you are today and here is what the next step looks like. That matters because training should fit the person in front of the coach. Not in a vague way, in a specific way. The level gives your coach a coordinate. It helps them say, this is the right dose for today. This is challenging enough to create progress, but not so far beyond you that it turns into survival. So the first thing to understand is this: your level is not a grade. It is not a judgment. It is a location. It tells you where you are right now, so your coach can help you train from there. What your level actually means. A level is a snapshot of your current ability in a certain area. And that part is important because it's your current ability. It's not your identity. It's not your worth. It's not your ceiling. It's not a statement about how hard you work. It's just information. If you're yellow in something, that means your coach has a reference point for yellow. If you're an orange, that's something else. But it's the same concept. If you're blue or purple or brown, same thing. Each level gives your coach a better idea of what kind of load, skill, pace, complexity, or volume probably fits you today. And another thing that is important, most people are not black level. That is normal. Most real members in real gyms live in the white through orange range on many things, especially when you look across the whole system. Some people are blue, purple, or brown in certain areas. A very small percentage reach the highest levels. That's not a problem. That's kind of the point. The system is built for normal humans training in real gyms, not just for the competitive athletes. So if you see white or yellow or orange on your map, don't read that as failure. You just read that as useful information. White means there's a starting point. Yellow means you have built some capacity. Orange means you're building more. Blue and beyond means that the demands keep increasing. Every level has a job, and your job is not to skip levels. Your job is to train at the level that actually fits, then let your progress earn the next step. That is how training becomes safer, more measurable, and more honest. This is where level method gets more useful. You're not just one level. You have a map. Your map is basically a fitness profile. It shows where you are across different categories. You might be orange on deadlift, yellow on rowing, blue on the squat, front squat, and white or yellow on something else. That is normal. Most people are kind of uneven. You're not equally strong, equally skilled, equally conditioned, equally mobile, and equally experienced across every part of fitness. You might be strong on lower body lifts, but struggle with pulling. You might be good at longer conditioning, but not as strong with heavy loads. You might be confident with a barbell, but still be building your capacity on gymnastics. Or you might be new enough that the biggest win is just learning what your current starting points actually are. That is why a single label can be misleading. If someone says, I'm orange, that may be true overall, but it's not the whole picture. The better question is, orange in what? Where? What does your map say about the deadlift? What does it say about rowing? What does it say about the squat or your pulling strength, your pushing, conditioning, or whatever category your gym is looking at with you? That's where the map becomes powerful. It gives you and your coach a more complete picture, not just am I RX, not just did I beat the person next to me, more like where am I strong? Where am I limited? What is improving? What's the next specific target? That changes the conversation. Instead of saying I'm just scaled, you can say I'm yellow here, orange there, and building towards blue on this next piece. That is a very different way to understand your training. Here is the next piece. Your workout is not just the blue workout or the yellow workout. The class is shared. You're training with everybody else, same room, same hour, same community and friends, but the dose can be matched to the person. That is where your coach comes in. Your coach is watching the workout, watching you, and using the system as a reference. The level gives them a starting point. Your map gives them more detail. Their coaching judgment connects it to the actual workout in front of you. So if the workout has a deadlift piece, your coach may think about where you are on deadlift. If it has rowing, they may think about where you are on rowing or conditioning. If it has pull-ups, they might think about your pulling level, your skill, and what version gets the right stimulus today. That is why two people can be in the same class doing the same workout, but not using the same load or the same version. It is not random. And it's not punishment. It is matching. A good workout has a job. Maybe the job is strength. Maybe the job is conditioning. Maybe the job is skill practice. Maybe the job is pacing under fatigue. The right version is the version that lets you get the job of the workout. If the load is too heavy, you may miss the whole point. If the skill is too advanced, you may spend the whole workout stuck. If the pace is too far beyond you, you may survive the workout, but not train the quality it was designed to train. Scaling is not a lesser version of training. Scaling is how the workout gets aimed at the right target. So when your coach changes a load, swaps a movement, gives you a different rep range, or points you to a certain version, they're not taking the workout away from you. They're actually helping you get the workout you actually need. This is one of the biggest reasons I wanted to make this video. A lot of members are making progress they can't clearly see. The whiteboard is useful, but it is limited. The workouts, they're limited. It can show your time, your score, your load, or whether you did RX or scaled that day, but it does not always show the whole story. Let's say you've been doing the scaled workout for 6 months. On the board, it might look like nothing has changed. It still says scaled, but your map may show something more specific. Maybe your deadlift moved from white towards yellow. Maybe your rowing is now closer to the next level. Maybe your squat's stronger. Maybe your movement quality is cleaner. Maybe your coach can now give you a slightly heavier load load, a slightly harder version, or a more specific target because the underlying pieces have changed. And that matters because if the only thing you're watching is RX or scaled, you may miss a lot of your own progress. And Level Method gives your coach a way to show you more of the picture, not fake progress or motivational fluff, the real progress, if it's there. And if the progress is not there yet, the map still helps because it shows the next target. That is also useful. Sometimes the most encouraging thing is not hearing you're doing great. Sometimes the more encouraging thing is hearing here's exactly where you are and here is the next thing we are building. That gives training direction, and direction makes effort easier to trust. So what should you actually do with this? There are 3 simple things. First, ask your coach what level you are in the main categories. Not just what color am I, ask what does my map show? Where am I strongest? Where am I weakest? You can look at this too. Second, ask what the next level looks like in one specific area. Not everywhere, just one. For example, what does the next level look like on deadlift? Or what would I need to show on rowing to move up? That turns the level into something practical. Third, notice when the workout fits. A lot of people only notice scaling when it feels like they're being held back. But the better question is, did the workout give me the right challenge? Could I move well? Could I keep the intended pace? Did I get the right training response? Did the coach give me a version that made sense for where I am right now? That is the system doing its job. And again, your coach is the bridge. The system gives a reference. Your coach knows you, watches you move, and helps make the call in real time. So if you have a question, ask them, ask what your map shows, ask why you scaled a certain way, ask what the next level looks like, and ask what progress has changed since you started. Those are all very good questions. And that is the kind of conversation that the system was built to support. So here's the short version. Your training is not random. Your level is not a judgment. Your map is not just data sitting somewhere in the background. It is a way for your coach to understand where you are and give you the right version of the workout and help you see progress more clearly over time. You're not just RX or scaled. You have a more specific picture than that. You have levels, you have a map, you have a coach who can help you understand what it means. So this week, ask your coach one question. Can you show me what my map says? That conversation is the point, and that is how the system becomes useful for you, not just the programming or the whiteboard. And if you're watching this, but you don't train at a Level Method gym, the main idea is still the same. Good training should meet you where you are and give you a clear next step and help you see progress that you can trust. But if you are at a Level Method gym, start with your coach. Ask about your levels this week. That is the best next step.